Short, who says, another great helpful video. He's talking about another video, not this one, because that would have been saying great helpful video from the future. He says, could you do another video on side control escapes with a much heavier opponent? So Mike, it's always that. It's always how to escape a heavier opponent, right? I'll be honest with you. Part of escaping a side control of a heavier opponent is learning how to deal with a heavier opponent, not freaking out. That's a big part of it. But I'm going to show you another move that I've not shown on this channel yet to escape side control, and hopefully this is helpful to you. Otherwise, review the other ones that I've shown already, because those are the ones I use the most. But this one will help you sometimes if the person's not giving you enough space to get up underneath to do something. So again, whether it's a heavier opponent or just an opponent of any size, this is a good move to work with. As always, my lovely assistant, Mr. Adam Wilson here, is going to help me demonstrate. So let's get started. All right, so Adam's got side control. And again, whether the person's really big or not, the mechanics really don't change. Let me show you something that I don't think works for most people. Like if he's squeezing here, first off, if he's squeezing tight, just like squeezing tight, Adam's not a huge guy, right? I mean, he's not small, but you're not huge, don't get upset. He's not a massive human being. I still can't get out of this. He's squeezing really heavy. Like if he's squeezing really hard, I can't get out of this. I can take like almost a brand new white belt who's had maybe a few weeks of training, and if they squeeze me with as much energy as they can, I can't escape this while they're doing it. Now, what happens is, when they start to let up a little bit, that's when I tend to make my move. Like when someone's squeezing me really hard, I just kind of chill a little bit. I'm like, I'm not getting out of this. And you feel that, like right there, he's making a joke. But everybody's felt that before. You felt that person like when they're squeezing you and they're almost vibrating because they're squeezing so hard. Just chill. Just chill, Mike. Just relax. Now, once you feel a little bit of space moving up or you don't feel like they're squeezing you as hard, that's when we're going to make our move. Now, check this out. I've shown the underhook escape and I've shown getting up underneath here on the channel. That's usually my go-to because when I'm playing up against someone that's bigger, I want to try to get away from them and I like to try to go to half guard. But assuming that that's not your jam, Mike, let's give you something else to play with, all right? We're gonna go for our sort of basic frame right here, okay? Now again, he's got a good job of having head control, and this is the problem, okay? So I've gotta find a way to get rid of that. Now, I don't push on the hip. I don't know why this is the thing. It's never worked for me. I don't like it. It's just never been a good thing for me, okay? So I don't worry about that. What I'm gonna do instead is raise up just a little bit, Adam, is I wanna get my elbows almost like this, okay? So we're setting up a frame, okay? And again, it's important to be thinking about using our elbows, not our hands. Because like, for instance, if Adam puts all of his weight on my elbows here, go ahead and get up on your toes here, I can easily hold him up, no problem. I can move him around, no issues whatsoever. Come all the way up here. If I hold him around my hands here, I mean, I can do it much more difficult. My arms are like wearing out much quicker, okay? And also, we're not gonna be able to push in this position anyway, so you wanna be thinking about using your elbows, okay? So we get in here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to find a way to get into our body in here, okay? And wiggle yourself in. Now, I know it's not gonna be easy, but you gotta find a way, okay? Don't, when you get a little resistance, don't give up. Like, I always tell my guys, I'm like, if your newborn child, like for instance, if I would say, hey, get your elbow here, like, oh, it's tough, how do you do that? Find a way. And I told one of the guys tonight, if your newborn child's life was on the line, you would find a way to get your elbow in here, right? So again, just don't kind of give up just because it's difficult, keep finding a way. Now, once we're here, I don't want to push this way. You see this all the time where guys turn, and they turn and nothing happens. Think about where he's strong right now. He's strong back that way. So if I drive into him, it's not gonna work, okay? And I don't wanna necessarily push this way. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get over because I wanna get this arm off my head. Because once my head is free to move, my body can move. It's very hard for me to get on my side right now because of my head position. And again, if I can't get on my side, I really can't get a lot going. So from here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bridge up and I'm going to lift and push. Now, in some cases, you will get a palm on the mat. In some cases, you're gonna get this. This is plenty. This hand begins to fight on the inside. I want inside position with my arms. Now, from here, this arm is again against the bicep here, cupping. This arm's here with the frame against the neck. Now I can begin to either go underneath for my underhook, which for me, if I'm playing a bigger guy, I'm trying to go for like half guard here, okay? That's what I'm trying to get to. But again, maybe that's not your jam. So we can begin to strip out, connect our knee to elbow so we work for a full guard. And another little trick, turn this way, Adam, that might be useful for you, is if you're trying to get down and for some reason, if you cannot bring this bottom knee in, take your top knee, come on over closer real quick. take your top knee, slide it in, and I can begin to extend and make some space, okay? One more time on that. So again, Adam's putting that squeeze on me. I'm just chilling out. All right, he's relaxed a little bit. Find a way to get your elbows in there. Again, it's important. Don't give up on it, okay? Like if it gets difficult to do, it's going to be difficult. They've squeezed you in side control. You messed up and got here. It's going to be difficult. Find a way to get it there. Now, when you're ready, we're going to bridge and lift and push from here. Fight on the inside here. We can shrimp out, bring that knee across, make space to get to our full guard. We can go for our underhook here, come up into like a half guard of some sort. Or we can also begin to, if they're too tight, I can shrimp out, put that knee in here, and go. And one more detail, if this is gi specific, another option that you have is, let's say if you can't get this arm in sometimes, which happens, I can take this thumb, put it in the back of the lapel. Same thing as before, lock it out, and then fight on the inside here. Key points there, Mike Short. Inside position is what you want. If you can get inside position with the inside the biceps and underneath the neck, that means they cannot get the underhook and they don't have control of your head. If they don't have control of your head, Mike, you can get up to your side, you can begin to move, okay? And again, when you're pushing against the person, don't push into them, bring them up to get them out of balance of their position first, and then we make our move, okay? If you try to move while the person's in a nice, strong position, very difficult to do. So get them off balance first, and then you make your move. Much easier to use escapes at that point. So hopefully that's useful to you, Mike. And again, I can't say that it's going to work for you against the biggest, strongest people ever, but whenever I'm rolling, that's one that I'll put into practice against anyone, any size, if they're in that position right there. And again, you can look through the other side control videos that are on this channel, and those are really useful to me. And those are, a lot of those, especially the underhook escape stuff, is what I use against bigger people. So anyway, hopefully all that's useful to you, Mike, or anyone else watching who's getting stuck in side control. I'm finished. Adam?